Hi, I'm John. I've always been a huge tattoo enthusiast. I even got a few tattoos myself. I'm always looking out for new tattoo ideas. Recently, I've come across a tattoo called Bungai Terong, and in order to get this tattoo, I would have to go on a journey called Berjalai, and that piqued my interest. This is my first step to Berjalai. In search of more knowledge, I went to Borneo Ink to meet up with Eddie, who still practices traditional tattoo up till now. So, how did it all start?
So the Berjalai, as they call it, was in the beginning it was more there are just two types. One is called Kayao, which is the headhunting expedition, and then there's the Berjalai. The Berjalai became more extensive and allowed people to be tattooed more. Post 1920s, after the tribal wars were finally ended. So what happened was now people were free to walk around and do whatever they wanted. So the Ibans spent more time traveling. The Ibans have always been a very, travelicious group of people. It's either for territory expansion or just regular headhunting or, fun stuff.
Back in the day, it was the mark of a man's maturity whereby he'd be deemed old enough to travel out of his village for various purposes, be it to make a living or just to travel. And as a result, he'd earn a tattoo. Usually, in such a circumstance, a man would get the Bungai Terong tattoo as his first tattoo. And that's got me wondering, do people get more tattoos as they travel more?
So each tattoo represents a place that you have traveled to. So, the more extensive you travel, the more stories you have to tell. And basically, it's like an American traditional tattoo. It has a story in itself, but ours is just a story of my adventure with my travels with my friends. So, I could go on 5 or 6 of these travel things, and that's how I document all this, to remind me. It is a mark of your adventures, man, and it's a status symbol. Basically, you couldn't be tattooed at home because then you'll be not cool and everyone will make fun of you and the girls will be definitely avoiding you. So, so the motivation was to travel. And the traveling brought around about knowledge, money, which, in their form was like, the ability to purchase what they call this tajao, which is a very important commodity.
Back in the day, a jar of clay called the tajao was a sign of one's financial status. Berjalai is such a meaningful tradition for the Ibans. Do Ibans still try to preserve this age-old culture?
It's interesting, because there's a lot of Iban people that come here and get tattooed. Because they come here to study or to work, and then they get tattooed here. So when they go back, they have like a reminder of their trip or their adventure in KL. A lot of people have this misconception that our traditional culture is dying. It actually isn't, man. I think it just takes a dormant step and then evolve with new generation.
Having heard what Eddie had to say, I decided to meet a few friends of mine who are tattoo enthusiasts as well, to see if our modern tattoo culture has any resemblance to the Iban tattoo culture.
My tattoo, this is a mandala. So mandala to me, mine is a black and white mandala. It symbolizes balance I need in life.
It means family. It means because as a pirate you travel as a family and you travel as a family, as a pirate, and you go through everything together. So yeah, I got it because I treasure my friends a lot.
One of the tattoos is this one over here. It says this too shall pass, which means if you're going through anything bad, a bad situation, don't worry because it'll pass. But if you're going through a good situation, you better cherish it because it'll pass as well.
In a nutshell, I could safely say that the tattoo culture is not dying, but instead evolving with time. I hope this has inspired you to go on an adventure, because it sure did for me. So thank you for joining me on this pleasant journey. Jonathan Lewis, signing off.